All right, you guys are gonna laugh at what I did to this machine just to give you this perspective, but you're gonna appreciate what I've done here. So I took the night off and I did a thing. I got rid of the old inspection camera and I found a proper web camera with an actual microphone so I can even record the sounds of the printer. And looking at it, you would never know there's a camera on this thing. Pretty sweet. It's live video. There it is. And it just misses, whatever you want to call this little lever. Look at that. Just misses it. Now I realize I'm not going to be able to pause because the pause comes in this way and it will hit it. But I'm going to modify that stick so that doesn't happen. But pretty sweet. Super clear. That should be a big help. Oh, I feel like I'm going to break my cutters. It's a pretty strong composite material. Oh my God. Did it. And I didn't break the cutters. There is absolutely no space to run any additional wiring on this. There's a small space, a small passage that runs alongside the motor, and I had to cut out a little piece of plastic from the shoe that's holding this wire, but I managed to just squeeze it in. Okay, gotta put a screw in it, quick. Okay, I think I did it. Well, I hope the height of the camera is good because that height is locked in. I'm not moving that thing up or down, so I guess that's where it's going. That's not sketchy at all. Just enough wire. And does it still work? Oh, it does. Look at that. I think it's even the right orientation. Oh, that's so much clearer. Oh man, that's so much clearer. So with the cover on, I can't bring the camera far enough back before it hits the cover to get the right angle. So that's pretty much the best I can get. So I need to create some space. Right there. Just create just a little bit of space, maybe like 3 or 4 millimeters. Yeah, we could do it. Ooh, that's a lot of space. I like it. We'll just chamfer this edge. There we go, chamfered. Can I make a little bit of space right here too? I think I can. Oh, it's okay. Oh, that's much better. I can even put a little kink in the wire now. Much better. Just gonna have to adjust that focus because the camera is pretty close to the nozzle now. Decided to remove the shrink tube because I'm just going to glue this in for testing, just to make sure it's going to work before I really commit to it. And I think that shrink tube is just going to roll around and my camera's going to lose position. So, oh, that makes it a lot easier to bend into position. So let's put a dab of glue on there and then hold it into position and try it out. All right, now I just gotta focus this thing, and I think it's pretty good. Not bad at all for just gluing it in. The big guns. I need to make this a little bit more visible, so I'm gonna try to cut some of the rubber off of the sock. Ooh. You did it. I can see the whole nozzle tip. Wow, that is crisp. This is gonna save me so much time trying to diagnose things with just super blurry images. So I'm pretty happy with this. Also, this little camera has a built-in microphone, so I can hear little weird things going on too. So that should be helpful. All right, big moment to see if the case goes back on. Oh, it does, and look, lots of space. Lots of space. I spoke too soon. This corner right here, even though it doesn't pass the back, but it hits right here. And that's gonna be a problem. Because it moves the camera ever so slightly. I'm gonna try to file it down. It's just gotta go ever so slightly. Can I just nip this corner off? Okay, I had to take a pretty big corner out, and now you can see the PCB inside, but it doesn't hit anymore. Perfect. Now the wire is going through the drag chain and it's going into this little compartment here and then down, and it's going into the back. And then we've got a little coupler here to join the two USB-C cables together, and I've got a long one that is going to my iPad. So now I can put my iPad where it's convenient, because the back is obviously not. And I think that pretty much sums this up for now. I'll probably get around to 3D printing something for this to make it a little bit nicer. Now I realized this was a complete hack, and I wouldn't usually go about something like this, but my supplier from China sent me this camera and said, this is the one that you're gonna want. And I said, all right, can I hack it up? And she said, yeah, I'm gonna send you 10. So she sent me this one just to see how it goes, and I got 10 more coming so I can put them on my other machines, and maybe I can 3D print up some proper brackets for it and make it a little bit more official. But man, this camera is nice compared to what I was used to. Here, I'll put this up. Yeah, huge difference. I'm going to set up some lighting on this too. I'm going to set up some LED strips. I've got a bunch of these kicking around from an old Milwaukee light that didn't survive getting the edge run over by a car, but the lights are still good. So I was thinking I can put some of these kind of in this area or a little bit higher. No, it'll have to be back here. I'll figure it out. But I'll put some of these there that'll help the light on the camera. But for now, during the testing, I'll just run with the back off, and I'll probably just set a light up here, because all I really need to do for SteinWipe Pro is just to have access to this area and this area to watch it really closely. And man, I don't know if I can get any closer than this. If you're still watching after all of this, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Happy printing.